Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I solemnly swear that I won't be wasting your time and that your search would definitely should end here with the solution provided in this video. I would take a few minutes, not much, and I would just let you know what are the current challenges when one tries to manipulate the data. So whatever most of the fintech companies are doing is that they are providing the data and they are providing a lot of coding language also. So when a person tries to do some kind of coding, it needs a technical expertise, a past experience in programming, and that coding is on particular set of data. And when we check that coding and we do a back test, we run a back test for say past 1 year, past 2 years, then that data is not relevant for tomorrow. It's just relevant for those particular days. So that is the biggest mistake many people are doing, that they are thinking that they are analyzing a particular set of data that does not give any probability that it will be successful in future, even if it is back tested. Second thing is that the technical indicators, they are just indicating the past, what the events have already occurred, where the shares have already turned, where the volatility has increased or fallen. So in analyzing and then again predicting the market the next day based on those indicators, it will, each time it will give you a different result, and you will never be able to pin a point a finger on where exactly are these indicators taking you, where exactly is this coding taking you. But as most of the technological advancements are taking place in this financial ecosystem, so now what we are getting is the latest one is data linking to the Excel sheet. So when this kind of linking happens, you can see most of the brokers, when they are providing their desktop software, when you do a click on that, you can just link the data streaming into Excel. But that too is totally inefficient, because they have given you the main data source, but you are not able to tap it. You are not able, any small trader is not able to use that data, manipulate the data with the existing tools which are present in his desktop. So he's a bit hopeless, that how do I use that kind of a data, because he, at the end of the day, most of the people are using this technical analysis. Fundamental analysis needs a lot of patience, and big investors, you need a lot of money for those kind of margins for future and options. So those kind of instruments are not used by the majority. So the simple trader uses intraday opportunities or interday opportunities to do his trading. So what advantage this sheet would be providing us? This sheet, in when we are already being having all this Excel tools. So we will be using an Excel sheet, and in that sheet we will be taking the live stream, and at each and every second or 2 seconds we can record, like a tape recorder. We would record the data into our Excel sheet in different rows at 2 seconds or at 3 seconds. So I can take and record at least 5,000, 6,000 stocks, and record each and every tick, each and every value change in 2 seconds or 3 seconds or 5 seconds, and put them into the rows of my Excel sheet. So once I have the data, I can see anything. I can put any indicator, I can make any indicator, I can see the volatility, I can see if the peak is above a certain percentage, I can see how volatile a particular candle is, I can see if the deviation is within the particular range or it is out of the range, I can see if this the share is more trading on the upward side, and how much upward trend is to be seen, or how much downward trend is to be seen as compared to the average movement of the market. So I can put n numbers of permutations, I can put n number of combinations, and I can get that output in real time in my Excel sheet. So it's like a recorder. I'm recording each and every word of the song. I am not missing any word. I am recording each word and analyzing the entire song at once. So I have recorded all the stock movements, all those ticks coming from the NSE or any stock exchange server. So that gives me the god level capability to go to any level, to crunch the data, crush it, churn it, and take anything out of their data. So now after that, I can say that I can reach the closest to the point where I want to reach. Success, yes or no, depends upon the person, their strategy, and their understanding of the market. But yes, definitely, this is a bridge which can help you cross that turbulent water which is preventing you from opening up the tap. So that tap is now opened up, the data is freely flowing, and you can do whatever you want to do with the data. That's a big empowerment using simple Microsoft Excel and already pre-existing technology. It's already there in the market, but no simplicity, no uncomplication has been provided. It's being made very complicated. People are not able to use it, elderly are not able to use it, youngsters are not able to use it. So people either have to be very technically savvy to use it, either, or they would be just too shy and they would go to some safer modes of investment and not able to try their analytical skills. So this would provide me with a complete power to try all those analytical skills, all those analysis I can do on the data, which a data analyst or a data scientist can do. So I would be recording each movement of the share, and I have thousands and lakhs of rows where I can just record the entire movement of the share over 1 hour, 2 hour, or the entire day. So this information is very critical. This information is the most beneficial thing when it comes in the form of an Excel sheet, and where I can put real-time calculation and get the results displayed in real time, so that I can take immediate decisions seeing a particular condition or scenario being fulfilled. I can just take a decision and go for it. So when we move to the next section, I would just tell you, take you to the sheet which I've already made. I have researched the market for 8 to 10 years and I've made this sheet. I hope it helps you in any way. If it helps you, then I think this video is beneficial. My purpose is served. And at any point of time, you have any query, you can always WhatsApp me. I would respond to you within 1 day with whatever best capabilities I have. I will try to solve your problems. I will respond to you. So you need not feel very helpless that, okay, it's just a video and after that you are on your own. You are not on your own. I will help you out to as much extent as I can, what experience I have. So let us move to the next section. Okay, guys, now we are about to begin this next section where we go to the Excel sheet and understand its working and empower ourselves with the data flow. So remember this, the difference from the other techniques or indicators is that we are analyzing the share movements at 1 second accuracy and taking the decisions that bang on using all the technical analysis, using all the data analyst skills, using analytics, using standard deviation, any formula we want to put, any kind of movement we want to capture, all those are available in Excel formulas. We can use those formulas and effectively take decisions. This would empower us to move towards the path of where our success lies. So success cannot be guaranteed, definitely, but the bridge to the success can be crossed over with this Excel and with this work of with this Excel sheet and with this technology that I will be displaying. So thank you for your patience, and as I already told, at any time you feel confused, you want some clarifications, you can WhatsApp me and I will get back to you, and I will try to reach you out maximum in 1 day. So my support will always be there, so do not worry, and let's start working on the Excel sheet. Thank you, guys. So guys, as a next step, we will be opening our desktop trading application. So in my case, I'm using Zerodha Pi. So I would be going to this desktop application and opening the market watch list. So we are basically using Nifty 50 stock list, Nifty Midcap 50, and Nifty Next 50. So approximately there are 150 stocks and these are streaming live. So you must remember one thing: whenever you are linking your Excel sheet to external data source, and mostly in the cases of a stock, So you need to use a desktop application only. So this cannot be achieved using an online web browser application or a mobile application. This needs to be a proper desktop application, and the fintech organization, which is your broker, must be providing this link to Excel feature. This is very, very necessary. So now we will just be seeing first time what is our technical working sheet. So look guys, here is it. Here you can see the row number 9. This is approximately 138 shares. 138 because I have excluded some low value shares. So total 138 shares I have put in this, and how the data values are changing. You can see, look at this. The data values are changing continuous basis. If I talk about the stock names, so if I see, here's the Adani Ports. Adani Ports, this stock value which is representing the Adani Ports is 722 rupees, changing again 722.45. Ambuja Cement is changing, series is 309.8 and changing again to 309.65. Asian Paints, which is 2507 and changing again now to 2508.8. So these all values are keeping on updating, are changing continuously, because there's a live data feed from a desktop application which is provided by my broker Zerodha, and this is being streamed directly into my working sheet. So all these values are changing. Here you can find the name of the stock, and these values are represented here. So all the values are changing continuously, as you can see, against the name of the stocks which have been listed here. So this is an extensive sheet. So this is the live streaming which is happening here, and as in the earlier blueprint, if we see, so here was the live window and here is the live window in yellow, which you can see. So this is the reason I was trying to explain you what is the functional working before going into the main sheet, because this will help you to simplify things. Otherwise you will be burdened by too much complications. So now this is the live window which we are seeing here in the yellow highlighted, 1 2 3 4 up to 138 stocks. And second is the action button. So action button is the button, macro button, which enables us to capture the data so as to record the data in these rows 1 2 3, like we saw, where we are extracting the data from the live window and recording in row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, up to any number of rows. So this is the macro enabled button. So in our sheet, here is the link click button. Here is the click button which will enable us to extract the data from the live window and record this data in the rows below. So when we click our mouse on this button, the macro will run and it will copy and paste this data. Let us see how this works. So I just make one click, and here it is, the data is copied. So the data at that particular instance of time has been copied and pasted in row number 16. So row number 16 contains all the 138 values of the shares which I am seeing the live data for in my row number 9. Again I click this button, and again two more rows are copied from the live data. Again I go for it, again one more row of data is copied from the live feed and pasted into my records. This records will help me analyze and crunch my data to any level. So look at these values are different. Adani Ports, if I see, was 721.25, then it became 721.35. Similarly, if I see for Axis Bank, it is 685.25, then it became 685. Bajaj Auto was 3621, it became 3624. Bajaj Finance was 5029, it became 5026. So all these, you can see these values are different. It means that you are capturing the live ticks of data. So this has helped me to record each and every tick of the stock movement, because I have to analyze these ticks and reach a conclusion and then take a decision what shares I need to buy or sell and enter into, so I can plan my strategy according to this. Now you can see here there's a record record cell showing. So record cell is basically showing the number of data rows which we have extracted out of live data. So if I click it again, it will go to 5, click it again, 6 7 8 9 10. So this will keep on incrementing. This is my counter. I click on again, I click again, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So all this data is being recorded, and I know how many rows have been recorded. These are 19 rows have been recorded. So this sheet, now you can see this section of the sheet is actually what actually this records, which you are able to see. This is actually what I showed you in my functionality sheet. This is actually the blue area where I am recording my live data feed. So this you can just correlate with the blue area here. So we correlated that this live rows are these rows here. So these rows are having the live data which is streamed, right? And this data then goes to the blue rows. So this data is going to these below rows and is being recorded. So you can correlate like that this is the live data window and this is the recorded data values at particular instances of time which is being recorded for the purpose of data crunching. So now you can correlate this, and this backend data source is already told. This backend data source is the source which is being used by your broker, and by using this you are able to get the live data feed in your Excel sheet using these trusted sources of your data feed. So you have already provided Excel, you have already told Excel there, yes, this is my data feed coming from my broker's application and this is the folder from which this data feed will be coming, so please allow this data feed. So now you see that in order to get what is the logic of getting this data feed. Suppose I talk for Adani ports, here's a data feed. So there's a particular dynamic data linking formula. So this formula is given by each broker. It might be separate, the format might be separate, but the concept is the same. Using dynamic data linking, any data feed for a particular stock can be obtained. So we have to mention this one formula. This formula is already standard and we don't have to do anything. So the formula is equal to RTD pi.rtd server, because this is coming from server directly. NAC, this is the our stock exchange underscore Adani ports. So Adani ports, this is the name of the stocks for which we are getting our price. So we are getting the price, continuous price streaming for Adani ports. We are getting the prices for Adani ports. So that is why it is mentioned NSE Adani ports. Okay. So in after that it is mentioned last. Last means last traded price. So if you see closely, what we are doing is we are getting RTD, that is the RTD server. We are getting the data from the server for our NSE stock exchange, and the name of the stock symbol is Adani ports. So this will is the input that is being given, that you have to fetch the data for Adani ports. And what you have to fetch, you have to fetch the last, that is the last traded price. You have to fetch the LTP. LTP is the continuous changing price of the stock, and this is the stock symbol. Similarly, if we see for other stocks, what we see is for Ambuja Cements, if we go, we see that formula is same, only the symbol has been replaced by Ambuja Cements, and last is remaining the same, because we are always requiring the last traded price. We are not requiring the high price, we are not requiring the low price, we are not requiring the volume, we are requiring the last traded price. So, another share I move to is Asian Paint. Similarly, you will see that the symbol has changed. Now it's Asian Paint. Next share it's Oro Pharma, symbol is Oro Pharma. So if you keep on going next, if you will see that this is the formula by the virtue of which you are getting the data for a particular stock. So now we have seen that this is the live data window. These are the records which is been record of data. These are the records of data which are being put into my rows on clicking the action button, and these are the number of records. So this is, in simplest terms, this is what we had architected. This is what we had seen in our blueprint. In our blueprint we have seen this. Now we have seen the data source, we have seen the live window, we have seen the action button, we have seen how the data is recorded. Now there is a criteria. So criteria basically is a formula which does some calculations. So this backend calculations are done on the data I capture and output the result in the stock window. So we will come to this feature later, we will see this result later. First we need to understand one more concept. Now you will see that stock market is continuously ticking. So manually if we click this, we can do this, but we cannot keep on clicking this action button and getting the data all day. No one can sit like this and get the data every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, keep on clicking. This is not manually possible. So in order to
automate this in order to automate this click button, which is our action button, to extract the data from the live window and record it into our rows, we need not to sit manually and click on this. So one option which is very, you can say, which is very simple and not very complicated, is that simply you can just open any mouse clicker. So mouse clickers are basically softwares which are used to click on a particular area at a particular time, at a particular interval, at a particular coordinate on your screen. So auto clickers are very famous, but they can be used for varying purposes. We will be using a free mouse auto clicker software. So this is free, as the name suggests. We just open it. Sorry, we just open this application, and when we see the application, the click point is where the mouse is. So you just set the frequency of clicking. The frequency of clicking would be 5 seconds. So I'm taking 5 seconds because I don't require that kind, that I need it, not do not need require it at 1 second or 2 seconds. I think 5 second is very accurate. So 5 seconds is sufficient to go about it. So 5 second is the frequency of data capturing that I have set. So it will keep on clicking every 5 seconds. Now where I need to click this, so I need to tell it where I need to click, where it needs to click. So I just open my Excel sheet again, which is my working sheet. When I open my working sheet, I need to tell it to click on this button, which is the action button. So what I do is I just open this application, click on start. When I click on start, it will automatically go into the clicking loop and start clicking wherever the cursor is. Currently my cursor is at start, so I will just first of all start the process and initiate it. When I start it, now the cursor will keep on clicking every 5 seconds. Okay, so now I place the cursor here. Now you see that a cursor is placed on the click button, and you will see that it's continuously clicking every 5 seconds. So data is changing in the live window in the yellow row, that is the row number 9. And whenever I click the action button, which is being clicked automatically using this mouse clicker, the data is being extracted and data is being recorded for my later manipulation and decision making. And you will see the records, number of records are increasing. This 32 records, now it's 33 records. It means that it's working fine. And as long as the data is changing and in the records as well as the live window, we know that we are thoroughly connected. So you can keep a look at this, whether if the connection is stable or not. Sometime it happens, it might happen that the connection gets disconnected due to the internet issue or any other issue. So you have to keep a watch for some time. Rest, you can be assured that data is being captured continuously. So friends, here we have correlated our existing blueprint with our working sheet. So we first designed our blueprint. We first designed how the different functionalities will be there, what will be the inputs and outputs and dependencies, and now we have gone into the actual sheet where we are seeing how the data is being actually extracted. So this is our working sheet. Otherwise we would not be able to understand the working sheet unless and until we understood the designing sheet or the blueprint sheet first. So now what we do is we wait while all the data is getting extracted. So let it it will as per the frequency of 5 seconds which I said, it will be taking 12, approximately 12 readings per minute, 120 readings in 10 minutes, and so on. So let this run for about an hour or so, so that I have sufficient data to show you how to analyze and how to crunch that data. So let us first wait for 1 hour or any minimum timeline so as to collect the data. So we will be waiting for 60 minutes and each minute would be 12 readings, right? So each minute we would be taking 12 readings and we are waiting for 60 minutes now, at least an hour, to have something substantial data, so that I can display you how do you put filters on that, how do you put formulas on that, and how do you get your desired result displayed. So currently I am not putting, I have not put at any criteria yet, so that I can show you live how to put the criteria and where to do we expect the result. So that part I will take you later. Just understand till this part. If you have any doubts at all, you can reach out to me. This is very simple. We are getting live data from the data stream window, recording it in the rows below. As you can see, the records counter is increasing, 58, 59, and click is the action button using macro, and we are getting this data from an external source. Okay friends, so let's wait now. So now I have got all the recordings for, as my software is running for about an hour. So for all the 138 stocks, I have got the readings for 1 hour. So it can be any duration, as I've already told you. You can take it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You can keep on taking the live ticks and recording them in your Excel sheet, and later manipulating them and working on them to reach a decision whether to buy a stock, sell a stock, at which value to buy, at which value to sell, and other criteria that you want to apply on it, right? So I have got 721 observations here for all the stocks, and after recording this data, I now want to apply certain criteria to my data and filter out the stocks in which I wish to enter a trade. So in order to do that, I have to put a formula in my Excel sheet. So here in this entire row, I have put formulas. So the I want to filter out all those stocks who are greater than 599 rupees, and I want to know what is their ratio of maximum to minimum. So effectively what I am doing is I am selecting a range which is from cell A4716 to 4835. So these observations in totality are 120 observations, because now I have already told you that in 5 seconds there is a single observation being taken, and in 1 minute there are 12 observations. So this is as per my click frequency. I am setting the click frequency at 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds I am getting 1 observations, in 1 minute I am getting 12 observations. So now I want to know which first 10-minute candle in the entire stock market is the most volatile. In order to do so, I first need to know how many observations I need to put my formula on. So the observations as per the 10 minutes would be 120. So I have put a range from 4716 to 4835, which is 120 observations, and I have put maximum of this range divided by minimum of this range. By this I would know what is the ratio of the peak to the bottom, which is what is the ratio of the maximum to the minimum for the first 10-minute candle of the shares in the stock market. So this would give me my desired shares. Now these shares I have put here in this result table. So I want to display the values from which are from starting from the highest, then second highest, then third highest. So for that I have already put formula, that is the large, and it is a Excel inbuilt formula. So this large formula usually filters the first largest value, the second largest value, and the third largest value. So now it has given me a result. So the result here is displayed as Just Dial, ABB, and Kotak Bank. So it means, as per my sheet, Just Dial's first 10-minute candle is the most volatile, and ABB's first 10-minute candle is the second most volatile, and so on. So let us see whether our sheet is correlating with the actual share market behavior or not. So for that I will just go to my stockbrokers account, which is my account, and I would open the share Just Dial, and let us just maximize this window to see whether the first candle formed for 10 minutes frequency is highly volatile or not. So here you see, look at this candle, it is highly volatile. Look at the low and the high. So now we come to know that the result for this is exactly correlating with what our sheet is telling us, and the ratio of high and low is very high. So it means that the share is very volatile in the first 10 minutes. Now let us see the second result. The second result was ABB. So if I open the sheet of the ABB and maximize it, and I go to the first 10 minutes candle, here it is. If you see the ratio of high to low, it is very high. So means that this candle is very volatile. So again, this has been proved to be right, that the 10 minutes candle is volatile for ABB as well. And similarly, for the third stock, that is the Kotak Bank, you would see a long candle as well. So I'm maximizing this as well. And let us see the first candle. Here it is. Here is the highly volatile first candle. So it means that the accuracy is very high for this sheet. It might be even higher than some of the stock filters that have been provided online, and it's a great decision maker for any day trader or even intraday trader, right? So if you would just see that I have got my values here in this table. So the formulas have been applied to all this set of values which I have got. So whatever values you have got and recorded into your sheet, you can just put a formulas accordingly, and all these formulas would be vertically, right? The stock names would be coming in column wise: stock A, stock B, stock C, stock D, and all the subsequent data for the stocks would be coming in the rows. So whatever formulas are being applied, they would be applied as per this arrangement only. So this is very easy. You just have to write one formula and copy paste the formula in other columns as well. So here is my range of values that I'm working on. I can increase this range as well, or I can decrease this range as well. That is up to my own strategy. And if we see, this is the result window, and if we try to correlate this with our blueprint sheet, so here is the result window that we had talked about. So here is the result window. Here is the result window that we had talked about in the blueprint, and we had also talked about the criteria and the backend calculation. So if you see in our sheet, the criteria is also there. Here is the criteria. So this is the criteria row. Criteria row you can call as the row where you put your formula, and these are the backend calculations. So there's some arrangement how I made the VLOOKUP formula work here, and get and fetch those name of the stocks and the values of the stocks accordingly. So this is my backend calculation. So it is according to your own arrangement. It is nothing specific to this sheet only. So it is according to your own calculation how you arrange the data, and how you interrelate and interlink different cells in your sheet. And rest, this row you need not worried about. It's an extra row. Is usually, it basically just uses an index formula, and it displays what is the last reading that was taken. So last reading taken is 767 for the stock Adani Ports. For Ambuja Cements it is 307. So even if you check this, you will find that the last reading is 767 as is shown here in the orange row, and last reading for this stock Ambuja is 307.55. So it's 307.55. Basically it's just to know the latest reading that is going on, because all the readings will be keep on storing in downwards rows, so you might not be able to refer them immediately. So in this display bar, this would automatically show up, and you can see there's NA written. So NA is written when the market is stopped. Market is not working and the sheet is not linked. So currently I had stopped the my desktop application of Zerodha because I wanted to show it to you. So that is the reason that it is not linked currently. So it is showing NA, and as soon as this starts streaming again in the market, or I start that application, it will again start to show those values. So guys, here is a unique and not so commonly found and very hardly worked upon concept, and it will definitely help you out in your trading strategies in future to a great extent. And that is what is my expectation is. And in case you requires any help or support, you can comment me, you can WhatsApp me even. I will try to reply within a day. So this brings us to the end of a very beautiful concept through Excel sheet, through macros, and through dynamic data linking, where we are able to get a god level control over crunching and extracting the useful information out of the data. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving your precious time. Thank you so much.